All right, we're talking. Okay, no. What is this? We're reviewing. Yeah. Let's review Rocketman, Burn to the. That was kind of Andy Bernardish. Go ahead, you do.
Yeah.
How do you? How's it go?
Make it sound more country, but yes, that was very Andy Bernard, the first one.
Yeah.
Rickadoo.
Anyway, so yeah.
Which I'm the Andy Bernard in my work.
Yeah, I can see that.
I really am.
I can see that. Yeah. You call what's his name Tuna, and yeah, I can see that. Anyway,
I don't punch walls. I could.
Yeah, I could see that too. You could lose it one day and just go nuts. Like
punch
you
a
can.
wall.
Yeah. No, you're pretty easygoing, laid back, but I could see you. Yeah, raging.
Music wise.
Oh yeah. You got an Andy Bernard.
Speaking of music, we got a musical
he was
here.
In a acapella.
Oh yeah, he was.
You are Andy Bernard.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna talk Rocketman, but yeah, with the Nard Dog. Okay, so. Okay, yeah, we didn't know it was a musical.
Yeah, I guess it's not like a spoiler. Like, I feel like a lot of people. Okay, not a lot of people. I saw like one person on Facebook that was like, "What? That was a musical?" I didn't know it was a musical.
Yeah, none of the commercials or trailers really pointed at it being a musical, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. If you're like a big Elton fan and you've been following making of the movie, blah, 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 you probably had some inkling or knew directly that it was a musical because you would have heard that the music in the movie was not going to be Elton singing.
I think if you followed that, you would know that Taron?
I don't know. I call him Eggzy.
Yeah, from, I always call him from Kingsman. I just say Kingsman. So,
He's called Kingsman. Well, he's Eggzy and Kingsman.
I just Kingsman. So, Kingsman actually does a hell of a job. You know, it's going to be hard to talk. Well, we'll get back to this in a bit, but we're going to definitely bring up Bohemian Rhapsody.
We have to
compare. You guys talk about that too. But before that, then Elton, I like a few of his songs that I actually know and like them. I had the same mindset. I was like, okay, well, I thought maybe this will win me over. It was close. It actually almost won me over. It's a well done movie. I'll say that.
It's a good movie. It's a very good movie.
It's a good. It's a big recommendation if you're an Elton fan.
Oh, so
if you're an Elton fan, I think you'll love this. If you're not like us, I think you'll appreciate it. You'll realize it's well done, really well done. The acting, Eggzy, is great. He's up there with Rami.
Yeah.
He's up there with
and maybe even has a leg up because he's singing.
Yeah.
There might even be a leg up there, but.
Yeah.
Or if you're just a musical fan and maybe you don't know Elton's music that well, but you're a fan of musicals, then it's a good.
If you're interested in Elton at all, like we were interested. We're like, oh, okay, that looks. We like to learn more about him. Maybe he'll win us over. Like that if you're into musicals, biopics. I think you'll enjoy this. It's definitely a recommendation. If musicals aren't your thing at all, you don't really care for Elton, then you probably won't see it.
Or if you're homophobic, stay home.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Let's go there. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Now let's get into the comparisons.
You just can't lie.
I can. Yeah, you can't. So, all right. Freddie Mercury, Elton John, yeah, they're both gay. Whatever. So, I know when Bohemian Rhapsody came out, there was a lot of, I would say backlash. I don't even know about backlash, but people were like, hey, why are you holding back? Why didn't you show the real Freddie Mercury? Why didn't you show him, And I
thought that wasn't fair because Freddie wasn't super open with the public about his sexuality, and he would just be like, listen to my music, and he wouldn't really say much about it. And then when I saw the movie, because I heard about that backlash or whatever before, and I saw the movie, I was like, oh, they didn't hide that he was gay at all. They didn't hide it at all. But when you see this movie,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted. Like, because it's not even like it does that much more, but there's literally there's a sex scene. And I'm like,
there is. It was funny. I needed to pee. I really need to pee, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. Pretty soon, I'm gonna go. Then I really need to go. Then the sex scene started, and I'm like, should I go now? I mean, everyone's I think I'm just walking out because I don't want to see this. Yeah,
it's not even a sex scene.
It's not. I didn't go pee. I stayed and I watched it. I watched this.
And it's really not a sex scene. It's a heavy making out scene, like
so
implied sex. Like it's so tame. But I could hear people shifting in their seats. And,
yeah.
And right after the movie ended, the lady next to me was like, "I was gonna bring my mother to this, but there's no way she'd be comfortable in this movie." I'm like, wow, because of one scene, basically.
Yeah, you could tell like people were getting uncomfortable, a little maybe nervous laughter. You hear a little here and there, but
yeah. There's a story about Mick Jagger, so when he'd probably be effing girls left and right throughout the whole movie, and it would be fine.
Like anytime I saw man and man, woman and woman kissing, I've never been offended by that. That was always like a big deal in some people's eyes. I never been thought twice about it.
Kiss.
This actual sex scene, like it's starting out, you're like, okay, I've never seen. Well, maybe Brokeback Mountain, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't see Brokeback Mountain in the theater, so this is my first.
Guys.
Yeah. So this is like my first real experience. Like, saying a lot of things go through your mind. Like I thought about that. Like, oh, I'm walking out of this movie. I thought of the Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought of like, oh, this is going there. Bohemian Rhapsody didn't.
Yeah.
I thought of, well, then I just thought about it. Like, okay, what are they gonna do? Am I gonna see some?
Is it gonna get all broke back, or what? How far is this going?
Yeah. So I thought that, but so all this is going through my head, and then finally the main thought that popped in my head was, they're just shirtless guys. You'll see, like in any other movie, a guy and a girl, maybe shirtless, and they're just making out, rolling around on the bed, and it's just, you don't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
So once I had that thought, I'm like, I don't know, wait, why am I, why did all these other thoughts cross my mind? Like, it's
just not used to it, but, yeah. And so, anyway, comparing the two movies, I'm like, oh, I guess that's what they wanted.
But it's there's other scenes, other things that.
But those are more similar to Bohemian Rhapsody, I think. Like when they show him kind of getting involved with orgies and stuff like that, it was very similar to the scene where Freddie's getting involved with the leather scene and whatnot.
Yeah, and it's very artistic. Like that was the one thing this did more so than Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody just was kind of straightforward. We're doing a biopic. You love Queen music. Here you go. This one, there's the musical involved. There's like visuals. Like you've probably seen the trailer. The people in the crowd realize he's a star. Like, oh, this is something special. Or he's playing and he like jumps up, which I guess he really does. Or really did, back in the day. He was a showman. He'd be playing the piano and like jump up and kick his feet up. But anyway, in the trailer, you see him do that, and then he's like floating, and like the whole crowd is floating with him. Like that.
It's like a music video mixed with the musical, and
they do a lot of artsy.
Much more ambitious storytelling than Bohemian Rhapsody. I would say it's a better movie than Bohemian Rhapsody, which doesn't. It's more ambitious, but I think it succeeds in everything it was trying to do. Sometimes it's like, wow, that was ambitious.
I still like Bohemian Rhapsody better, even though I'll say this is a better movie.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a better filmmaking, acting. It's about the same. It's on par. They both did a good job. the filmmaking is better. But I give the nod to Bohemian Rhapsody just because I'm a bigger Queen fan. Well, I'm a Queen fan, and Elton, I really just know a few songs.
I mean, I'll watch Bohemian Rhapsody, a million more times in my life, whereas the other one, the Rocketman, if it's on, I might let it play. I'm not going to go seek it out and rewatch it just because I'm not that big of an Elton fan, and this really didn't win me over to his music, because one thing that we both agreed on, which seems like sacrilege, I guess, probably to someone who is a fan of his, neither of us are really a fan of his lyrics. And watching this movie, we found out that he has a lyric guy that's like, the combo is what made them huge, and
yeah,
I don't really like that style of writing, I guess.
When we came out of the movie, I had said that. I said, I think the reason I'm not an Elton fan is because of this guy. I forget what his name is. Something with a B, I think.
Yeah, Brody or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So his writing partner, I kind of blame him for me not being an Elton fan. Because Elton, obviously, the movie shows, he was the prodigy. Like, he was, kid, and as soon as he hears something, he'd be able to play it. And so I'm like, wow, he's a great musician, great piano player. Yeah. If he had different material, maybe
But then he wouldn't be Elton John, and the people who do love him wouldn't, and he would never have been famous. That's what I was saying, who cares if it didn't please us? That combo of that writer and that singer made for a very, very successful, very famous person that just isn't our cup of tea, I guess.
Yeah, which, I'm still, I don't know a lot of Elton songs, so maybe that's not fair to say, I'm blaming this guy. He might have some great songs with great lyrics that I don't know about. We definitely want to try to listen to some. If you've seen our channel, we do some music reactions too, so we're probably going to pull up some Elton songs.
I'm just thinking, what is it that I don't like about him? They're too story-ish or something, but I'm all... Queen is, these big, long stories, these big, long operas and stuff,
One thing I
don't know what it is, then.
Yeah, again, I can't quite say it is just the lyrics. I'll say that I've never heard an Elton song, and what grabbed me was the lyrics. I had a connection. I was like, oh, yeah, I love that line. I've never
heard that really in Rocketman, because you're like, what's this song about?
Maybe
I just space? Is this guy really in space? Is that what he's saying? What is this about? I feel like I've had that reaction to that one.
Well, that is a reaction of not knowing, what's
more
going on.
More confusion rather than just thinking in my heart.
Exactly. So,
what Queen song does that? Mamma mia, mamma mia, mamma mia.
Well, not that part of it. The beginning of Bohemian Rhapsody is real, heartfelt, and which we'll have to get into. That's another story.
I'm wondering if I have this little bias against him too, because I feel like a lot of the news about him in I don't know, maybe the early 90s or whatever, when I was a kid, was that he was just an asshole.
Yeah.
He was just an asshole that I think that was around the time he was getting clean or whatever. I don't know. But the movie, he admits he's an asshole when he was drinking and stuff. He's just a terrible person and whatever. So I'm glad they didn't ignore that, because that was a big deal that he just treated people badly and wasn't a very nice person. So maybe I kind of have that in the back of my head too. Who's this guy? Why is he a jerk?
Yeah. There's a good line in the movie. It's been a little while since we've seen it, but there's a good line where he's talking to his mom, and he what does he say? Basically that, I've been an asshole. I've fucked anything that walks. I've done all this, but he has no regrets. That was his life.
He was on The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
And his plane had giant glasses. There's some good moments from that episode, which even then, watching that episode, I was like, oh, John. I don't know what it is I have against him. It's it's not the look, because why do I care about that? That's kind of cool. I don't know what it is. But it was was a pretty good episode. Maybe he's a dick in The Simpsons. Like, he's kind of a jerk.
Maybe
to them.
I don't
and so that like played into that more for me because that's like my one like representation of him.
Yeah,
but I mean it's a great movie. Like as far as
it is really well done.
It's well done.
Eggzy probably will get a nomination. I'm guessing if Rami did. I mean, yeah, he did just as well. He sang. So it's so well done. If you're interested at all in Elton, you'll probably really love it. So, yeah, we recommend it.
See it. And, you know, it's hard not to compare it to Bohemian Rhapsody with them coming out around the same time. And they're very flamboyant, gay singers from the same era. Like, it's not just two biopics. Oh, can I just throw this in there? There was a couple times that I was turned off a little bit in the Rocketman. Because it reminded me a lot of Dewey Cox.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Why would this serious movie use some of the stuff that was a joke? It's like, did nobody on their team see Dewey Cox? That they, like, kind of... I was just like... I couldn't take some of the serious parts serious because I'm like, oh my god, this is just like something that happens to Dewey Cox.
Well, this is a spoiler talk. I mean, it was the big intervention kind of scene.
And Dewey Cox is just like the scene in Rocketman where he's talking to the ghosts of his past and kind of putting them to sleep, you know, and kind of like put them in their place and so he can move on. And that happens to Dewey Cox, and it's really funny, and like, I love Dewey Cox. I think I like Dewey Cox better than both these movies. I really love Dewey Cox. But,
all right, well, that's it for our review of Rocketman. We're done with this review. Go check it out. Go check out Rocketman. I think we're gonna listen to some Elton right now. So we'll see you next time. Yeah. Maybe if you want to subscribe, check out the videos. Maybe we'll put up the link to our reactions here to our Elton reaction videos. But yeah. So all right, we'll see you next time.